Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today I'm going to be talking about persuasion, influence, and how that's related to how we present ourselves. Basically, more attractive people seem to have a greater influence. I'm going to talk about two studies, why that's the case, and this is in support of my article over at The Art of Manliness. Go check it out. I'm going to link to it right below the video. In this article, 2,000 words, go into a lot more detail, and I give you three concrete, three things that you can focus on to make sure that you are putting out the right influence. And if you like this, would appreciate any likes on the video, and make sure to subscribe. That way these videos come right to you, and you don't have to, you don't miss any of them. Sound good? Okay, guys, let's get right into it. So imagine two men, both of them same age, went to, let's say, the same school in the same city, and they both cross the street. They're both jaywalking. Now, assuming that they don't get a ticket or arrested, how many people are going to follow each of the men? Well, study after study has shown that a man wearing a suit, a man that is well dressed, is going to have almost twice as many people follow him when he jaywalks. It's a very interesting study, something very simple, but how we present ourselves, whether or not you look like a leader, whether or not you look like someone that can be trusted, that's going to have a huge effect on how you influence others. And there's a lot of research on this. So I'll take, let's go with Shelly Chacon. So Shelly, she talked about how professors, and it's a very classic study, you can go out there and check it out, and I'll reference it in the article. But you go to her study, she showed how more attractive professors, people that dressed better, looked better when they were in front of students, the students would perform better. The students actually liked the professor quite a bit more. There's another guy, Edward Thorndike, and in the 1920s, he saw, at the time he called it the halo defect. Nowadays we call it the halo effect, but this is where military officers, I mean, you would think that military officers, we would rate them based off of their performance, and who really cares what they look like. But I saw this in the United States Marine Corps, and anyone that has served has probably seen this as well. Basically, soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen that are squared away, and coasties, that are squared away, basically, we have the perception that they are good to go, that they are going to be good in other areas, and it carries over. So effects like the halo effect, all of this has to do with, well, if you want to exert influence, if you want to be persuasive, then dress the part. Pay attention to how you present yourself, and it's going to make a big difference. Now, I'm going to give you three things that you can kind of zero in and think about whenever you're looking to go out there and exert influence on others. So the number one thing is to make sure that you eliminate imperfections. And what do I mean by that? Well, think about the situation and what's going to be perfect for the situation, and then dress for that part, and pay attention to the small things. Because have you ever seen that whenever you have someone that walks in front of you, or they're going to give a presentation, and let's say they've got something that is out of place. They've got something on their teeth. There's something about what they're wearing. It's like really off. And sometimes you even try to block it out because maybe they've got a great message. But you keep going back to this, oh yeah, it was that guy that had his fly undone, or that his shoes, or he's wearing those mismatched socks. Pay attention to those small imperfections and try to eliminate them, because what you want is a streamlined look so that they can focus in on the message. The second thing is going to be focusing in on the fit of your clothing. Now, it's not just about jackets, although jackets, in my opinion, and based off research, give a man a very strong authority. You know, basically, they set you up for authority. They build up the shoulders, they build up the chest, they slim the waistline, all great things. But when it comes to clothing, you want to focus on the fit of the clothing, especially if you take care of your body. If you don't take care of your body, you, again, want to wear the right clothing that, in a sense, brings you back to society's averages. People, and one of the reasons with, going back to point one, the free of imperfections, and also talking about fit, they're related in the sense of when you wear clothing that fits you, it's going to complement you more, and it's going to help, again, hide imperfections. So that both of those are pretty closely related. The final one is it's always better to be dressed up than to dress down. Now, I recommend a man create a interchangeable wardrobe, one in which he can dress it up, dress it down, and he wears clothing that's pretty flexible. So if I walked into a room wearing a jacket, I'm the only guy wearing a jacket, I can tell that everyone here is really dressed down. Perhaps I'm a bit overdressed. I can take the tie off if I'm wearing a tie. I can take off the jacket, and all of a sudden I can take the way I'm presenting myself. I can notch it down. If you go check out President Obama, whenever he has these beer conferences, he's got his jacket off, he's rolling up his sleeves. You can bet that is a planned image. He's wanting to show that, okay, he's winding down, it's the end of the day. And in fact, if you go back and you look at historically presidents, they've almost always had a jacket on when we've seen them. Obama, he's really tried to bring things down, trying to connect more with the average man. So this is a controlled image, and I think is a good example to look at as he goes into, if he's doing the State of the Union, tie, jacket. So getting back to the final point, it's always better to dress up than to dress down. The reason being, when you dress down, there's really, there is nothing positive about that. If you dress up, you can always you can always be and have the courage to be the best dressed man in the room. So those are my 3 tips. Pretty standard. If you've watched a few hundred, I know I've got a few hundred videos out there, but if you watch this, a lot of this isn't necessarily new to you. But what I would challenge you to do is actually put it into action. If you don't know the name of your tailor, then I really think that right there is a good indicator that you're not seeing them enough, that you're not taking your clothing in and getting everything adjusted. So focus on that fit, eliminate imperfections, and it's always better to dress up than to dress down. Okay, guys, go check out the article, really solid article, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.